All right, guys, this is Dominick Izzo, and I am the bull of MLM, and this is Everything Network Marketing Talk. We have a topic today that it's going to be one of the most difficult, but actually, that's a load of crap. It's actually the easiest topic to get into today, and that's going to wind up being your cold market. On the last podcast, we talked about warm market, and today we're going to talk about cold market, and I want to really put some confidence level into you as you progress in this business. There's only two types of people that you speak to in this business, and that's warm market, people you know or have had a conversation with or know who you are to some degree. There's been a personal connection to. And then there's the cold market, people who, you know, they may know who you are, they don't know you at all, right? And let's talk about some of the bad, if you will. Let's get the 900-pound gorilla in the room first out of the way. The industry is very easy. We only do four things. We contact, invite, show the plan, and follow up, right? But the way that the people who bring you in, and I've seen this, right? Because I was guilty of it. I participated in it. I duplicated it. Was the air of when we talk to everybody, how easy it is. You just recruit two people. You just recruit two people. Well, we have to start looking at something really upfront, and that is if we're going to take network marketing as seriously as a physical corporation. If you owned a McDonald's franchise, and I don't know how the system that works there is, and you were able to get two people or underneath you as franchise owners, do you think the McDonald's corporation will go, well, just go get two people. Just go get two people. You're like there are people out there that you could just find tomorrow that have 2.5 million or whatever the franchise fee is to open up a McDonald's. So if we're not treating, or if we're not looking, well, no, let's flip that, the viewpoint. If we're looking and we're taking brick and mortar businesses seriously, why are we not taking network marketing more seriously? And I've talked about this in many videos. Our YouTube channel, The Bull of MLM, has everything. I have a bunch of whiteboard demonstrations that will show that the network marketing industry is it's the same business model as sales and capitalism. You need customers, franchise owners, all that. It's not a physical location. You're perpetuating your network, and we talk about that more too. The problem I have with this industry is there's too many people out there trying to recruit without prepping their people moving forward. Then that's the goal of these podcasts. I do believe I am the best recruiter in this industry, and when I stopped doing it the traditional way, which is acting like a clown and being all, do you want to make $1 million in the first 6 months? You know, all the faux, like fakeness, you know, that shit where people are just like I had people in the last, I was with 3 companies total. One company for 10 years, another company for like 6 months. And then this current company I'm in, I've been in since March of 2019. And, I saw clowns over the years, it's just, I believe in you. And all you got to do is, it's like rainbows and puppy dogs and sunshines. And last time I checked, that's not fucking business. I owned a 2,700 square foot gym for a little while, 3 years. And it was never, it's just crazy. If I build it, they will come. Advertising. People didn't know where it was, off of 2 main roads, massive arteries of traffic in a city that had 1 million people for a daytime population. I still had to advertise. So no, it wasn't if you built it, they would come. And how much positivity I had. No, you still had to build. So you had to let people know where you're at. Then you had to talk about, what do you do? Describe your business. Well, mine was easy. I owned a martial arts and fitness gym. It was very easy. When it comes down to network marketing, and there's a lot of things that we do have to cover. One of the biggest problems is we're not proud of our industry. Well, we try to reinvent to talk to people what we do, right? I will take it one of either two ways, and people say, what do you do for a living? I'll tell, I'm in network marketing. I'm a network marketing professional. I will leave it at that. And I did not used to do that because for a very long time, I was embarrassed of the industry. But now, since it's so commonplace, like my generation grew up brick and mortar, go to work, punch the clock. The younger generation, working online is acceptable. So it's a very new angle for somebody like me to go, I could tell you I'm in network marketing and you're not embarrassed. Plus, the internet, social media has really condensed the world of network marketing to where we are now finding more people that have like minds and are proud of the industry. So the number one thing that I really think that people in any success you have, like if you didn't listen to anything I teach and you just did whatever, if you are proud of what you do, at the very least, if you are proud and that energy is given off from you and what you do, that's going to have a massive impact on everything you do. You can say the wrong thing, you could botch up how you say, but if you have that energy just kind of emoting from your body and your persona, and you're like, man, I just love what I do. Yeah, I can't explain it right, and this and that. That goes back to the authenticity that I talked about in the last podcast. And people love passion, genuineness, authenticity, pride in what they do. And that example is with every industry I've ever been in, right? And if, from martial arts to law enforcement to radio to cigars, pride is what attracts people, because people want to know why you're with a company or why you love a product or a sports team or something. People are gravitated towards personal pride in something. More pride comes from when you learn the industry, right? When you learn the numbers. Well, when you look online and you see that, wow, network marketing in the last 24 months is generated over $300 billion in transactions. It's sales. It's like, holy crap. It's a very, very, very much legitimate business. Look at the numbers in commissions they've paid out. It's fantastic. It's there, right? But now you have to deliver all of everything and you accumulate over time, and your delivery only gets better and better. So I said this the other day on the podcast, which was, your warm market, your friends and family, the people who are not going to get involved. Well, their practice, and I don't think I mentioned it, but I should have mentioned it. You're practicing just delivering value. That's all you're doing. So if you go to the gym and you do repetitions, and I've used these examples of like free weights, but or dumbbells is the elite, free weights, and then machine weights is where you start off. You lift in machine weights to get your body ready for free weights, and then free weights get your bodies ready for dumbbells. Then dumbbells, when you add in like a Bosu ball upside down while spinning on a unicycle on a trampoline, that's the balance aspects of it. There's some pretty amazing stuff, but it all starts in the foundation, and then it starts with repetition. So every time you're talking to somebody, hey, John, I want to talk to you about my business. It doesn't matter really how you talk to them. As long as you are talking to people over time, you will improve. Now, this is something to think about. Is I tell my students this because I teach martial arts. You never learn in class. I mean, you do, but that's not where the real world learning goes. You don't grow when you're in the gym. When you're in the gym, you lift the weights, you break down the muscle tissue, muscle fibers, and then you grow in your sleep. When I'm teaching my students to do something, reps over and over and over again, a particular sequence, a combination, whatever it is, they're not learning in the class that night. It always happens. They're learning later on. They're at the fridge, they're looking for something to eat, the snack, and then boom, the light bulb goes off in their minds, not the fridge. And they're like, oh my gosh, I understand what that means now. They open up the door and they pull the door into them, and all of a sudden their body mechanics, oh, this is how my body moves. It's like, whoa. They walk down, the driveway to their car, open the car door, they're certain things. And I'm not in the medical profession, so I don't know the mind and muscle connection that happens to where your body starts to understand and process information. And then you go, oh my gosh, I get it. That concept of learning applies everywhere. So you might say, I have to call 10 people today and talk to them about my business. And it might be a swing and a miss on every single one. You listen to the podcast and I tell you to be, enthusiastic, not excited, right? Be enthusiastic, be passionate, be genuine, be this and that. But then, John, yeah, Dominick Izzo, hope you're doing well. I want to talk to you about my business today. I'm in network thing, whatever. And and you sound like shit, right? Doesn't matter. Get it out there. The more you do it, the more you do it, the more you do it, the more repetitions will build to where you could deliver the value via the information better and better and better. So that's one of the biggest problems we have in this industry. People get involved and they do not do the repetition. I'm telling you, I will tell you this because it happened with me. It was the invite. The invite is the most important thing in this business. It's how you build success. Yeah, well, you're better at presenting me than I am. That could be taught. You're better at handling objections and pitching and closing. Oh, that could be taught. Not to mention the fact you have a whole team of people. Somebody in your team is going to have presentation skills, objection handling skills, pitching and closing skills. Your primary focus should be on inviting, because that's what everybody has to do. Everybody's got to do it. So keep that in mind. The more you invite, the more that you're going to improve. And that invitation skill, when you again, what are you doing inviting? It's one of two things. You're either influencing or manipulating people, and we don't fucking manipulate anybody. We don't. So if you got that out of your mind and you're like, okay, hey, like if you want somebody to do something, you have to have a energy behind it, a reason behind it, a meaning behind it, purpose behind it, and you're not going to manipulate it, right? Oh, John, you're going to make $6 million in your first 6 months. Fuck you. You guys do that. Get out of the business. You're the ones who are making this business bad. And I had those uplines, and I would hype those people up all the time. And I was part of the problem. You have to be very genuine. I told you how to do that with your warm market. Be real. Those are the people you could be safe with, talk with, trust with, all this, and be you. Now, when it comes down to the cold market, I'm going to give you my success path. I don't know if it will work for you, and I'll tell you specifically why it worked for me. It's very easy. I do just a few things. First thing I do is I'm going to tell you what I do first, and then I'm going to tell you why it works so it makes sense. And then you're going to have to pick apart what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Maybe you try exactly like I do. You see what works. I will slide in someone's DMs who is following me. I specifically use Instagram. I haven't really branched off to anyone. Instagram's where I'm focusing at, right? When I slide into somebody's DMs, it's always a person who is following me. I start there. Now I've got, let's just say 30. Well, you got, look at it this way too. Don't get discouraged if you have like 100 followers. There's something called Metcalfe's Law. You have to look at it this way. If you are, let's just say you and I are 5 degrees of separation, right? Meaning that John is following you, Jane is following John, Pete is following Jane, who's following John, who's following you, all the way down 2 more to me. I'm in your network. So you might have 100 people following you, but 5 generations down, having 5 conversations could potentially lead to me, who's got, 30-something thousand people in one social media platform. So you don't know who's in your network. So stop with the whole defeatist stuff. I just don't have a lot of people in my network. Yeah, you do. We'll talk about why. So the first thing I do is I send a text DM. All I do. Let's just say it's Dave, right? Dave, comma, because I'm very big on grammar. You have to remember something. I want to be professional. And that's a very important part. Dave, comma, and then I'll ask 1 of 3 questions, all the same questions. What's your profession? What do you do for work? Or what do you do? What's your profession is the one I use the most, because that gives them the insight that I'm looking for business, right? When I say, what do you do? Sometimes that's more of a personality or a personal conversation I want to have, right? But it's always going to lead back to business. What do you do for work? Sometimes I do that, but not often, because I don't want this to be a prep of we have the mindset of we're entering in work. I purposely pick the select words profession for a reason, because Dave could be a Starbucks barista. Dave could be, I don't know, whatever he is or she is or whoever they are. I want them seeing that I take them seriously off the bat. All right, that's. I mean, how many people ask you throughout your daily life? They say, "What do you do? Or what do you do for a living?" When's the last time somebody asked you what's your profession? You're a professional. I don't care if somebody works at the McDonald's drive-thru. They're a professional. And to be honest, that's the mindset that I want my entire team to have. Now remember, this is cold market. not warm market. This is not people who know me. So I want you to keep this stuff in mind as we go forward. I want to pay respect first. What's your profession? Is what I asked that. I like to say, but I do like to say what, and again, I'm very big on grammar. So there's certain things I am. I like to say what or Dave, comma, because the comma pauses between the sentence and that's how it's grammatically written. I don't like to say what's, W-H-A-T, comma, or apostrophe S. I like to say, what is your profession? I like to be as professional and formal as possible. I don't like conjunctions. I don't like what is your profession? A couple of different responses going to have. Dave is probably, maybe he doesn't respond. He either, and we over the podcast, I'll tell you what happens if they leave you on red, all this stuff. I will blow your fucking shit up until you acknowledge me. And some of you listening know I have been leaving you voice notes going, listen, you're not doing business with me, but I want a fucking acknowledgement that you see my stuff. Until you block me, until you put me on blast, I don't give a shit. I will go after people just to get acknowledged. 100%, because I think we need to go back to a day and age of respect. And if you leave me on red, I cut you off. You're fucking done. I'm huge on respect. This is business. This is fucking business, and we have to remember that. Far too many people in MLM have made network marketing personal. It's not. We have to treat this like business if we want to be taken seriously. You wouldn't go into, you wouldn't go into a restaurant, a privately owned restaurant, and just shit on the floor, leave stuff all over the place, and treat the place like garbage, and blah, 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 and not expect to get your ass kicked and the door open, with your head on the way out. We don't do this in brick and mortar businesses. So why are we treating people who slide in our DMs with less respect? Now, and I know I'm going off on a tangent, I'm going to tell you something. You're probably getting pitched in your daily life too. When somebody's in your DM and they're sliding in your DMs for business, do you not realize this is an opportunity for you to sharpen your professional skills? When somebody's blowing up your DM, hey, can I pitch you? Can I show you this? Can I do this? Or somebody else is in network marketing, and you can see how they've done it. They've pitched or presented to you. You can see how they've done it, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm afraid to return this person's call. And I've done it, right? I don't do it anymore, but if you blow off my stuff, I will. There's so much power and assertion and hierarchy and respect you demand when I'm in your DMs all over the place and you go, Dominick, hey, I've been getting your message. I apologize for not responding. At this time, I'm not interested. Then you make sure you shut the door. I will get back to you on my time schedule if and when I am interested, and I appreciate your efforts. Guys, everything's an opportunity to grow in business. Everything is. But after I whine, let's go back to what I do. I need to put out the tone. This is a professional connection. Because I get it. One of the biggest things I'm on too is I'll go places and I wear a suit every day, Monday through Friday, regardless of the fact that my profession is online. I wear a suit. It's a uniform. I found myself personally having a mind slip when I left law enforcement. Now, I wore a tie in the wintertime with law enforcement, and I was always in a uniform. And when I left law enforcement and I was back in jeans and T-shirt, there was a period where I didn't take myself seriously that much. I think it was just like the regression of getting out of law enforcement, doing something else, whatever, and then I said, I need a uniform again. It made the most sense to me to go back into suits. Now, I also go to 3-piece suits because I want my first impression to fucking just wow you. I want to be taken seriously, but here's the flip side. I'm not wearing a suit for me. I'm wearing a suit for you because I want to show you, even though I work from home, if we do a Zoom presentation or I'm going to video call you or something, I'm valuing your time so much that I'm showing up to this like it's an important meeting for me, and I want to impress you the same as I would as if we were in an office building together. So I want to set the tone from the first contact to show that this is professional, right? So again, I slide it, and now my social media content, if you've ever seen it, is anything but professional, but you will fucking respect me and you will take me seriously. So there's sides of this. People know when I do business, I do business. When I talk about something I'm passionate about, I talk about passion. When I'm doing the show, Monday through Friday, it's a fun time. This side of me, the network marketing business, I take this extremely seriously. So I'll slide in DMs, Dave, what is your profession? When Dave responds back or he doesn't respond back or whatnot, let's say he does respond back with, one of two things are going to happen. A lot of times people go, why do you want to know? I think the key thing from here is the voice note. I go to the voice note. You have a voice, you have dialogue and speech. We are the only mammals, to my knowledge, that utilize verbal communication outside of clicks and meows and barks and what. We actually form sentences and paragraphs and feed off of one another. We need to use that. So something organic, if Dave, I always play things in my head too, because this is why text is so bad. Remember, my job is going after somebody to recruit them. I'm not doing anybody a favor. I'm so I don't have that attitude either of, if I'm sliding in your DMs, I'm doing you a favor. No, I want to work with you. I want to change lives with you. So to connect with you and to show you what I do and to give you an opportunity to look at what I'm passionate about, it's not a favor for either one of us. It's a responsibility. I have a responsibility to show everybody what the network marketing industry can do for all of us. So I'm not like, well, I'm doing you a favor, slide into your DMs. No, that's not how I look at it. But sometimes I have the idea or the concept of the tonality I'm reading in my head is, Dave responds back in text and it says, well, what do you want to know for? And sometimes I will get defensive. But again, so I take in my head the authority tone, the passion tone, the non-excitement, but the enthusiastic tone, and the succinct, direct tone. And I'll respond back in a voice note, something like, Dave, listen, I saw that you're following me. I really appreciate it. I like to connect with as many people as possible who is following me. I appreciate your support. Get me your number. I want a chance to tell you what I do, show you what I do, see if it'd be a fit for you. Give me your number. I'll give you a call and let's have a brief conversation. Simple. Key components. These are things that I think we need to do. And my system has changed. It fluctuates every now and then. Sometimes I'll do other things like I want to send you a video like the Ray Higdon, If I Will You. I really don't do that too much because it's the volume of people. I've sent out 1,000 people in 3 days a video, and you get the lowest percentage of people who actually acknowledge your stuff back after saying they want to see it. I want a phone call. I need to get that personal bridge started, even if it's a no, because remember, we're planting a seed. Couple different things. Now, I didn't say, hey, Dave, hey, it's really great to connect with you. Thank you for reaching out back to me. I just want to know what you do for work. And are you open to having a conversation, or here, I got an opportunity I'd like to pitch to you. It doesn't matter what you say. It's how you say it. So again, the steps that I do, I just want you to, there's only 2 steps. The first step is sliding in the DMs. Dave, what is your profession? And then answering it when he says, okay, I'm in construction, I'm a CEO of X, Y, and Z. It's the same thing. Hey, Dave, excellent. I use the voice note next, right? It's the second step. Excellent. Hey, I love connecting with those who are following me. I appreciate your support for all the stuff that I do. So I want to sit there, just get to know you, find out what you do. Do me a favor. Forward me your contact number. I'm going to give you a call. Let's have a brief conversation so I can introduce myself to you and just bridge a connection. Something like that, right? What's essential is I tell you what I want and what I want from you. I don't ask you anything. I don't say, Dave, hey, if you give me your number and let me know a great time to contact you. I don't say that. I remove all options for you to say no. Dave, forward me your contact information. No, wrong word. Because somebody will send you an email then. And that's what I don't want. I say, Dave, forward me your contact number specifically. And then I say, I'm going to give you a call. We are going to have a conversation. Let's discuss, let's introduce each other. Something very similar. And that obviously comes from practice. I don't know what I'm going to say when I'm going to say it, but the fundamentals don't change. Everybody I've ever talked to has always been the same thing. Jessica, how are you? Hey, I appreciate the contact. Excellent to meet you. Do me a favor. Forward me your contact number. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to call you. Let's have a brief 5-minute conversation. I just want to talk to you about what I do, see if it'd be a fit for you. That's it. Literally, that's all I do with my warm market. Cold market. That is it. The cold market doesn't know you to a degree. And this is where things get a little bit interesting and you guys are screwing stuff up. So here's why I get away with it. Over the years, my main social media was law enforcement. What's law enforcement? Law enforcement is, as a 26-year-old kid in a uniform, I would show up to your home. You're in your 40s, your 50s, 60s, domestic disturbance situation. I walked in, and in that house, I made it very clear that it was my house until the investigation was complete. You had to accept that. You had to sit there when lawful, understand something. I know it's going to make some people's skins crawl. When lawful, if I come into your home and I say, there's an investigation right now, you had to take me seriously. I just take me seriously. Command presence. If my uniform looked like shit, if it was wrinkled, if it was oversized, if I didn't carry myself the right way, if I didn't enunciate properly, if I stuttered when I spoke, if I tripped on my words, if I couldn't answer questions, the art of communication and influence. Remember, I hate the word manipulation. Influence is so powerful and it's so needed for anything. That is where the success in my network marketing journey took off, where I stopped doing what everyone else was doing. Hey, Dave, if I send you a video, will you watch it? No. Shit, go on to the next person, You go through 300, 400, 500 people, you get one person talking. I had a massive success rate when it was, Dave, forward me your contact number. I'm going to give you a call. We're going to have a conversation. When I transcended my law enforcement skill sets into sales, direct marketing, everything changed. And it just pissed me off that I didn't realize that for the last 15 years in this industry, I should have been doing that. Because what do we do as cops? My job was to talk you into handcuffs without any resistance. And I was damn good at that. So why are we not doing the same thing with law enforcement, with the sales? Cops are the greatest salespeople on the planet. They're the greatest salespeople on the planet. So I translated that skill set into cold market. The two bleed in together. I'm not big on rapport. So don't think about, I slide into people's DMs. Hey, Dave, I saw you were into fishing, man. Oh, yeah, I got a Rapala rattling wrap, and I use 10-pound test line and a bait caster. I can't stand on that backlash. Yeah, I think I got the tension too loose. So every time I do I got the system where I cast with my right hand, then I put it in my left hand. No. You keep it very simple and authority-based, right? I do not like... Here's the other problem, too. I'm going to tell you this. This is why I don't like rapport building. You have to think about this. The job is to get people to duplicate what you're doing, and it's very uncomfortable inviting, right? It's very uncomfortable. So when you build rapport, what do? You open a door for friendship. Well... You want to be the fucking one to sit there and say, hey, let's go make our calls today. And then somebody's like, oh, Dominick and I are friends, so I don't have to make my 5 calls today because it's really too hard and I'm really uncomfortable. So, he'll understand. No, I'm going to tell you, the worst thing I've ever done is get personal with people in MLM. My team knows I'm a piece of shit. I'm a jagoff. I'm an asshole. My job is to make you money. Yes, my line is, when you and I have matching Benetti super yachts and we are side by side, like we got the bridge between us in Florida and we're just going from one party to the next, then we're going to be the best of friends. But until then, I can't sleep until you've got your money made. It's just how this business is. So I'm not big on rapport building. Some people that I've seen, I don't think they've had success with it, they'll do that. Hey, I saw you're into motorcycles. I am too. And then you got 2, 3, 4 conversations, and then it's, hey, I want to show you. Some people don't even have the patience to wait that long. Hey, I want to show you my business. No, I truly think that if you go in with this as business off the bat, people will respect you more. There's nothing wrong with going, Dave, what's your profession? Dave says, I'm a shift manager for Target. They said, excellent. I am actively recruiting. I don't know anything about, and this is the other thing too. This goes back to the genuineness of your warm market, because you'll see how these two are married very well together. Dave, I see your stuff. I don't know anything about what you're doing. I want to have a conversation with you though, to find out what your character is like, to see if that you and I might have a business connection. Forward me your number. I'd like to have a conversation with you. I'm telling you guys, this is business, and people need and crave leadership. Well, I'm not a leader. Well, then get the fuck out of the business. I could never do that. Get the fuck out of the business. See, here's the problem with network marketing is that it attracts losers who do not want to grow. It's that simple. The industry preys off of weak people who think that all they have to do is get two people in and they're going to make $6 million their first year. And that's these scumbags who are above us, all in the uplines, who never had to build because they just Pied Piper people in when the company opened up. And trust me, I'm going to fucking talk about that and how much that pisses me off with them not talking about the reality. And, we've got the 1%ers of the people in the industry. No, you don't. You got people worshiping you. And all they do is talk about you. They can't duplicate shit. I get pissed off about that. This is a business, and the beauty about network marketing is the money is there, but the money is there through the personal growth. Too many people think you have to personally grow first. Read the books, watch the podcast, watch the vidcasts. Oh my God, I'm going to watch so-and-so and this and that. I'm going to watch Jim Rohn for the 100th time and do fucking nothing. To be honest, if that's where you're at and you've made it all the way to me, and then you leave my podcast and still don't do shit, keep paying, because the company loves you because you're a sucker. How many times do you have to listen to Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, David Goggins? And trust me, I listen to a few of them, and this always happens. I stopped listening to people when I came across Dan Pena. Because Dan Pena was a 40-year-older version of me. I was like, holy shit. He was saying everything that I knew was truth. That none of us, our self-confidence is formed at 8 years old, and either you fucking have it or you don't. Dan Pena, his motto, he just took the Nike motto and said, instead of just do it, just fucking do it. Dan Pena's formula is nothing. It's something exotic. Pick up the fucking phone. Pick up the phone. The beauty of it is you learn in the process. If you have 100 numbers that you have to call, and you had 100 conversations that were a minute long, and you got paid to make those conversations, because there's the deal. You're not going to do it if you don't get paid, but if you did get paid, if you get paid $40 an hour to make those conversations, do you not agree that after a week you would be better at the conversations? So why are you not doing it in your network marketing business? Guys, this is the best business in the world for personal development. It's not the fucking gym. The gym isn't it. The gym, the 100 pounds will always be 100 pounds. But when you talk to Susie, who's all gung-ho, and then she's ducking you, and then it's like Susie turns into a raging bitch doing the business, or backstabbing you and lying, or then you find out that there's Jane, and Jane doesn't do shit, then all of a sudden she explodes overnight and she grows. And in the process, you are juggling, helping them grow, bring new people in, all of this. It's the same four things: contact, invite, show the plan, follow up. But your repetitions are interacting with people. That's where the personal growth is from. So you can't read a book. I didn't finish my statement in the last podcast. The last group I was in was run by a very successful company. Their net worth is about $40 million. They've been in network marketing for a very long time. I don't agree with their philosophy. And I have nothing bad to say about them, but I just don't agree with their teaching. Their teaching is every Monday night they have a Zoom call, and for the first 30 minutes, it is a love fest. We love you. We believe in you. We know we could do this with you. All you got to do is believe in yourself. There's a book of the month everybody reads. And throughout the course of the first 30 minutes of the Zoom, it's, all right, if you believe in yourself and you do great things, you'll do great things for others and believe in themselves more. Write that down. And I had a couple of people on my team that after like the 5th, 6th week at it, we would get on a 3-way call at the end of this, go, what the fuck are we doing on this call every week? Here's the book, read, whatever. The last 30 minutes of this call every Monday, this is a training, right? It's a training every Monday night. It would be opened up for everybody and they'd go around the room. Can I just, I need to weigh something that's on my heart. I love everybody and thank you so-and-so and so-and-so for your leadership and I love you. And everybody here is helping each other grow. And I'm like, could you imagine this big, because everybody in network marketing wants to say they have a business school. Could you imagine a fucking business school run by this? Like you go to, I don't know, the McDonald's CEO training camp and it's a circle jerk of emotions. It's like, what are your numbers? How are you motivating your people? How are you keeping morale up? How is productivity up? How are you inviting or how are you marketing for new customers? It blows me away. Same thing with the group before then. That was 3 times a week training. Well, the last time I was on one of those trainings was a couple of years ago, and it was, all right, live training tonight. I'm going to tell you exactly how I got to Black Diamond. I got my notebook out. I'm like, fuck yes, this is going to be great. This guy makes $36,000 a week. I can't fucking wait for this. Get on the call. All right, so I read this book. All right. And then I read this book. And you got to read. And then I read this book, and I'm like, what? It was an hour of book reviews. See, the problem with most of the people who are in the network marketing industry, there's 2 things. They can do it. They don't know what they're doing, meaning teaching wise. They just have that gift. And it's the Pied Piper gift. How do you duplicate that forward? See, if they get off that Pied Piper aspect, that's why one team always has to have a heavy. I have no problem being the heavy. I don't want to be number 1. I'll be number 2 if anything. And you will hate me, but you'll be wealthy. You'll be fucking wealthy. You have to see that this is a sales job. But again, what are we selling? Are we selling product or a service? Or are we selling the business? It's just the way you flip that coin. So again, when you look at it, the cold market it's all based on your professional side. You have to be the perceived expert. So again, why it works for me, Dave, what is your profession? And then I say, Dave, excellent. I appreciate connecting with you. Do me a favor. I want you to forward me your contact number. I'm going to call you. You and I are going to have a conversation. And it's all how I word things too. I don't say we are going to have a conversation. I like to be more personal. You and I are going to have a conversation. Couple different things too. It's also the inflection and the tonality in your voice, right? It's your command presence. Hey, Dave. Dominick Izzo. Hey, listen, I appreciate you contacting me or following me. I always like to just get a hold of everybody who's in my Instagram. Do me a favor, forward me your contact information. I'm going to give you a call. Let's have a conversation. Okay, that's one way. Dave, Dominick Izzo. Hey, listen, I appreciate you following me and all your support. I like to slide in the DMs of everybody who's following me. It takes a lot of time just to get to know them, what they do. Do me a favor, forward me your contact number. I'm going to give you a call. You and I, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to get to know you, find out what you do, and see if we can work together. It's in the tonality. It's in the tonality. And for years, I've been thinking, where did I develop this, right? I was a very shy, introverted kid. I don't know. I watched a lot of stand-up comics when I was younger. I got lost in movies. I'm a high-functioning introvert. So when the mic is on or the camera's on, I'm on. But behind the scenes, I'm quiet. So this is who I am, what you're hearing right now. But it's also a persona. It's the on part of me, right? I'm very intense and I'm always on. And this just bleeds well into business. Now let's back this up for a second too. How I got people, I don't know if you could do this with your Instagram. I don't know. Because remember, people came to me for law enforcement stuff. Now I didn't want to get pigeonholed in just being known as a guy who is a retired cop or talks about cop stuff. Especially if I'm going to start talking about network marketing, because then you're going to go, people are going to come to me for law enforcement, and then go, what are you talking about this MLM shit for? And that does happen. Trust me. So number one, how do you avoid the punch to the gut when your supporters are there? They love you for your cooking skills or whatever you're putting up on Instagram, your fitness stuff. Then you come around, you talk about your network marketing. Don't talk about your company. And we're going to get into this greater depth on this in future podcasts when we talk about how to market. Talk about the business of network marketing. So when people come and go, what is this bullshit, this, that? A couple different things. Number one, I fucking delete negative comments. Years ago, I would have been like, no, you got to leave everybody on there because you got to show that you're a bigger person. If you are somebody who comments negatively, I will fucking delete it. If you're somebody who comments when you don't have like a real picture or you've got like 0 followers, I will block you. That's got to go. View of all negativity and naysay has to fucking go. Second thing is, when they wind up saying that shit, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're damn right. I've been talking about law enforcement or cooking or working out. Now I'm talking about network marketing. Remember, go back to what I said in the beginning. Be proud of what you do. You have to be proud. Third thing, be fucking passionate. Be passionate as all hell, but be professional. If you look at my social media, you'll see, I'm in t-shirts a lot of times. I use very, very foul language, but you ever go and watch some of our show clips or other stuff? I'm always in a suit. So I'm not a fraud of trying to be something I'm not. I will dress up, but I'll talk like a fucking drunken truck driver, sailor, cop. I don't care because I'm me and I'm authentic. That's another thing. You're going to have to really, really, really be exactly who you are. When you are who you are, and it doesn't matter, like I am very big on professional look, right? My team, I insist when we do Zoom calls, there better be no kids running around in the background. You better not be in your car. You better be in a professional setting. I don't care if it's a blank wall behind you. Get good lighting behind you. If you can get a mic, great. If not, great. And I want you in a business attire. Collared shirt or jacket. Women, blazers are great, or dress shirt. So I don't know if that's what you are going to do. I can't say that it will work for you. But for me and my team, that's something I'm very big on because, again, I want to present this as business. Professional, showing people respect of their time. How do I get away with that? And how do I do that in a setting where I'm saying shit, piss, fuck, cunt, all on Instagram and giving out toilet humor jokes and stuff like that? Well, we're going to talk about that on the next podcast when we talk about marketing who you are. And we talk about using your social media to truly attract people in. We're not going to talk about selling on social media. We're going to talk about you putting who the fuck you are on a social media. Guys, I'm Dominick Izzo. I am the Bull of MLM. I hope you are finding value in these podcasts. We're doing everything we can to wind up putting a polish and a shine on the network marketing industry and showing how it is truly one of the greatest industries in capitalism there is. Have a great damn day, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Bull of MLM.